What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Juggalo972 here with my review of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare's Havoc DLC that was released on Xbox Live on January 27th and most recently just released on the PS4 on February 26th. This is the first DLC content on Advanced Warfare that features 4 brand new multiplayer maps and introduces us to the Exo Zombies game mode and a map entitled Outbreak. This video will cover the multiplayer maps only, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the next video that I make will cover Exo Zombies. So, without further ado, let's get cracking on some multiplayer. With Advanced Warfare focusing on fast-paced action, large-scale maps, and the use of exosuits giving the ability to cover large portions of the map, size of the maps vary. Now, the first map I'm going to start with is Urban. Urban takes a smaller role in this map pack simply because the map is a lot smaller. It's a smaller scale map that features 2 large buildings with 2 stories each and is surrounded by police vehicles in the middle of the hill between 2 buildings. Now, I really enjoyed this map, not just because of the design, but it gives the feel of a PC arena shooter, reminiscent of games like Quake Arena, Unreal Tournaments, just arena shooters, that were just fun to play with, though. Just chaotic, you know what I mean? Would be the best way to describe it. Gunplay, the people just jumping around. It's ridiculously fun. That's the best way I can describe it, though. That's no lie there. When it comes to Urban, not only does it give it the feel of the PC arena shooter, though, the map's dynamic moment is probably one of the most different things I've ever seen in any of the Advanced Warfare maps. Basically what happens, though, the map's dynamic happens to be a quote-unquote lockdown moment where places start to open up and basically just change the way you can just aim and shoot others while you're on the ground. Now, it's really different, though, because it gives a little bit more versatility when it creates different strategies for each team to win. Submachine guns, shotguns, dual-wield guns are amongst the most important weapon of choices, not to mention just a weapon of choice in general. Now, although this map is smaller and is made for fast-paced action, I encountered a lot of bitch-made campers in this map. They congregate in the opposing buildings by shooting from the windows and defending the entrances on the bottom, not to mention on the outer upper balconies surrounding the map. For a map that's made to be fast-paced and action, it's really pitiful to see campers trying to take over. They try ruining the fun, and they think they can get away with it, though. And try as they might, though, 90% of the time they're very unsuccessful out there because there's a lot of great players out there right now. But all in all, though, I have to say that Urban is definitely one of the first Advanced Warfare maps out there that really scales it down and gives it more of just a fun, crazy, fast-paced feeling that really reaches out and makes you be more competitive and be on your toes. Now, in terms of design, fun factor, and overall replay value, Urban gets an 8 out of 10. Next on the list is Core. Now, I prefer to refer to Core as a Titanfall-inspired map. Now, for those who play Titanfall will understand what I mean by its design of damaged machinery, a lot of nooks, crannies, large abandoned buildings with large windows in the desert environment in the Gobi Desert in China. Not to mention that the reactor in the middle is what really creates the chaos. The core's layout is very large that features small hallways leading to the core center. Now, the core center, no pun intended, is made for chaotic close quarter combat. This map's large-scale landscape that includes close-quarter zones give this map versatility. In terms of approaching the opposite team, you can literally do this all in the map. It really goes to show that the map gives your enemy the ability to come from anywhere, whether it be close range, middle range, and long range. It's really unpredictable at times, though, but when you figure out where your enemies spawn, where you figure out where your enemies decide they're going to attack from, or where they're going to defend from, it gets really easy to figure out where your enemies come from. Now, one of the features of Core is its map-based kill streak, the decontamination drone. Now, the decontamination drone pops out at a small slot scattered around the map and attacks the nearest enemy. Much like the assault drone, the decontamination drone itself is AI controlled, although I wouldn't say it's my favorite kill streak as far as map-based kill streaks, though. It does do a really good job on attacking your enemies. Pretty much, I wouldn't say it's too useful, but at the same time, though, I haven't had enough time to really get to know and get to use a kill streak, to be useful as well too. But I wouldn't say it's my favorite though, but it's fresh. In terms of design, fun factor, and overall replay value, I give Core an 8 out of 10. Okay, moving on to the third map, we move on to Sideshow. Okay, now there have been some really great maps put out in the Call of Duty world, but I have to say this is my most favorite map in the Havoc DLC. Being a juggalo, I can definitely dig the wickedness of the interiors of the hotel, just decorated with clowns just to scare the crap out of people. I dig that. But the focus is really on the outside though. The focus of the map is outside and the distance. Long-range battles between the hotel property and across the ways of the Sideshow trucks and the shacks that have rooftop to battle evenly on the hotel roofs. Snipers will thrive with great skill with this map. Maybe even some use of LMGs will help out as well too. But I didn't see very many people use LMGs whenever I played this. But of course, though, every now and then, specifically, from my personal experience, I saw a couple of campers using their sentry guns, just camping beside it so they can just be protected. But that's something an EMP grenade can resolve. Now, as loony as this place may look on the outside, the real treat is the map-based kill streak. Now, it has no name, but the clown head marquee in the middle of the hotel parking lot will shoot out random bombs around the 4-minute mark of the battle. What makes this so fun is grabbing the bombs, boost jumping in the air, and throwing them on your enemies. Now, when grabbing the bombs itself, it's exactly like picking up the satellite on uplink and throwing it to the goal. This map's dynamic will keep going in increments of about 2 minutes per launch. The feature keeps this map really fun to play, and never mind anyone who isn't running danger close. The bomb's damage ratio is about twice the blast radius of grenade, and not to mention the damage that danger close gives you. All in all, I gotta say this is probably the best map on the Havoc DLC. It's fun, it's skillful, not to mention the fact that, it's too much fun just picking up bombs and just throwing it at your enemies. I cannot wait to play this on Domination. In terms of design, fun factor, and overall replay value, Sideshow gets a perfect 10 out of 10. Swift combines the use of middle close quarter combat surrounded by buildings and give the middle long range positions to fire off at. The map takes place on a snowy mountain that features a carousel in the middle of the map, giving a little joyous death to deliver to the opposite team. Assault rifles, some use of submachine guns, and marksman's rifles seem to be the most popular weapons of choices. The design doesn't really seem to be much anything too special, but its mountainous and its sloped axis really make it, somewhat fun on some ways, which pretty much shows the fact that, the higher that you go, the better the advantage. Vertical positioning is key, and so is accuracy. After the avalanche, the map becomes a little bit more difficult to track your enemy players. Even when boost jumping, it's a little bit risky. Good feature to the map like this, though, but I really didn't think it was too well done. But at the same time, though, you're not going to get a winner in every map, though. This one just happens to be it. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of people out there who like Drift for what it is as well. Not to mention the fact that, Drift has a lot of places where you can camp. Unfortunately, though, camping just seems to be the term and the problem with every Call of Duty game, though, even with the maps as well, too. I'm starting to become just a little bit afraid that Advanced Warfare is going to start becoming a little bit more like Call of Duty Ghosts. But in due time, though, we'll see. In terms of replay value, in terms of design and fun factor, Drift gets a 7 out of 10. Since Call of Duty Black Ops 2, there have been increasingly new added weapons to DLC packs being released. Advanced Warfare continues with the new tradition. The AE4 and its variant, the AE4 Widowmaker, are the weapons that we're talking about. These weapons features aren't really anything too new aside from being the only energy weapon that have a fire rate to it, though. AE4 features a high damage rate that commonly kills enemies in 3 shots, about 1.5 of the range of the Val 21, and comes with its own optics set of iron sights. Now, the AE4's biggest weakness are its slow fire rate, making it more of a middle to long range weapon, and its tendency to overheat. The use of hybrid and ACOG sights, heat sink, and quick draw attachments respectively render the problems only slightly. Now, this rifle isn't much of a run and gun kind of a rifle like the Val 27 or the HBR3, but it makes up for its best attributes in range. From its negatives and its positives, it comes with the Royal Camo already unlocked for equipping. I already see enough people jumping on the bandwagon of this weapon already, get kills with it, but something tells me that this gun's going to be nerfed down. All in all, the AE4 and the AE4 Widowmaker variant gets a 7 out of 10 and a 6 out of 10 respectively because of its imbalance. Now in conclusion, Havoc has released great content that I personally enjoy. First-time players of the new Call of Duty will really enjoy this investment. Now, I call it an investment because downloadable content is an investment in a game that you like or love. I can't wait to see what's to come, but for now, I'm really going to enjoy these new maps. Now, as for Exo Zombies, as I mentioned earlier, I plan on reviewing the Outbreak in depth, just like I've reviewed these maps and the new weapon added in the DLC. Thank you for all watching this. I hope you all enjoyed the review, and I hope this really helps you figure out if you want to purchase this great content, because quite frankly, I enjoy the content purchase. I love my season pass. This is Juggalo972 signing off. Much love, and peace!